All right, guys, welcome back to part 2 of my special video series now on special events. Let's do this. All right, guys, before we get going with part 2 here of this special, I just want to remind you that I'm giving away one of these very, very cool little meters for the IC705. Yeah, guys, this little meter here, very, very cool. Giving one of these away. These things, if you've got an IC705, you want one of these things. Especially, you want one of these for free. Now, how are you going to get one of these little guys for free? I'll tell you exactly how. I'm giving one away. I'm giving away the complete set with the M5 chipset, the extra battery, the whole shebang. Phase 1 of my evil little plan is already complete. We've already hit 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube, but I have a Rumble channel where I post stuff from here, and I post exclusive stuff over on Rumble from the 2 Alpha Ham radio show, which is kind of a different kind of an animal. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers over there on Rumble, this thing is getting given away. So guys, if you want in on this little giveaway, send an email to me at the email address that's on the next screen coming up. That address that's right over there. And send me a picture of you with your IC705. And guys, also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, the bell notification right next to it. I know I'm seeing guys all the time that they go, wow, are you still making videos? Because YouTube isn't my friend anymore. So it's up to you and me to fool the YouTube algorithm and get these videos out there. The last time we talked, we were talking about a lot of different kinds of special events, and there's many, many more. Today, we're going to talk mainly about this new VOTA thing, working W1AW, where you can actually be W1AW from wherever you are. But there's a lot of other stuff going on. Every year around the 4th of July, they have 13 colonies where if you can make contact with all of the 13 original colonies from the United States, that's kind of a cool thing. We talked about QSO parties, and there's a lot of other kinds of QSO parties. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, they do a special event station from Indy. The USS Midway out in San Diego, they do a special event station. And then they honor all kinds of other veteran things that are going on with other special events that are going on the Midway. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do. But today we're going to talk about VOTA. And like I said on the last video, VOTA is a kind of a new thing. It just came up, but I'm not even going to get into it. I'm going to let Dan Marler K7REX, who is the big shot here in Idaho, I'm going to let him explain it to you. All right, guys, I'm here with Dan Marler K7REX. Dan is a big shot. He's not a little shot like me. Dan is the actual dude. He is the man, the section manager for Idaho from the ARRL. Dan, welcome to K6UDA Radio.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Dan, I'm doing this show about the Idaho QSO party and VOTA, the W1AW special events going on right now, and special events in general. And I kind of wanted to get your take on all three of them, but mainly the special events as a whole, as a general thing. What's the benefit? Why do it? All that good stuff.
Well, amateur radio's been around for a long time, and through the ages of amateur radio, um, we've gone beyond just the old spark transmitter talking to another guy with a spark transmitter and so forth. We got into transferring messages and so on, and it grew, and it is growing big. It's like a big piece of pie. You've got everything. You've got satellites up there. Excuse me, folks. At any rate, you've got so much out there. It's unreal. It's mind-boggling. And we can do more things in a lot of cases than the commercial people can. So back to your question, what about these events? These events help us get introduced to some of that stuff. You get events like just to make contact with everybody. That's going to get your radio, your antenna, yourself going, having some fun. Anyway, at any rate, it also gets you involved with digital communications, satellite communications, video type stuff, you name it, digital code. And as your interest grows, when you first got your license, what am I going to do now? Okay, well, what do you want to do? And find something that attracts you to that, and then get involved, do it. And often that is the result of an event. Is you get working people and doing things, and they'll tell you what they're doing. And hey, that interests me. I'll learn more about that. So the events is not only a current event. At any rate, it's not only about the current event, whatever it might be, QSO Idaho, whatever. It's also about expanding your interest in amateur radio and all the fun things there are to do. You get to meet people, to do things, learn things. That's what this hobby's all about.
More specifically, let's talk a little bit about this VOTA thing that's happening. I learned about it about the beginning of the year. I imagine that this has been in the planning stages for longer than that.
I wish it was. In all rights, it should have been. But the ARRL kind of went into this back afterwards. Excuse my language on this one. The VOTA, volunteer operations on the air, operators on the air, was first done in 2014 for the Centennial. And it was a success for them back then. It worked out really great. Because they had done it before, they assumed they had all the ducks in a row to do it again. Well, time changes things. And they also have new people at the lake. People come, people go. New volunteers in the field to do things. And everybody was kind of at a loss. So what they thought they had all bundled up, wrapped up, ready to go wasn't. So when they kicked it off, January the 1st, I believe it was, the logging software wasn't quite right yet. There was a lot of things not quite right yet. They've gotten their act together pretty much now. Everything's working fine. They're getting lots of contacts. I get feedback from the league as people that are getting it from. We need more. We need you guys to get on there and do it. And it's not just for ARRL, period. I wouldn't be endorsing it with my name if it was just ARRL. This involves all the amateurs. Because it's being sponsored by the ARRL, it's got ARRL kind of wrapped around as far as the pointing system goes. But it's for all hands. And it gives us a reason to communicate with each other. It has to be direct. It can't be through repeaters. It can't be through, whatever. It has to be direct. So if you're talking to me on a local repeater, I'm going to ask you to go simplex if you can, if we're close enough, and you'll get your points. I've been on a little bit doing FTA, and I just send out my single, say that I'm, CQ VARA, and I get people coming back, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to be W1AW this year. I'm planning on it. I did it back in 2014 2014, and we kind of already discussed this. This was a total surprise. Several months after the event was over, I got this for working W1AW /6. Now I'm kind of hoping that I get one that's a /7.
W1AW, as most people know, is the call sign of the league. It's the original call sign they had from the beginning, and they got a tremendous, great big station back in Connecticut, where their headquarters are. I've had the privilege of going back there and working that thing, and they got giant antennas. You're a big gun. You got all the power in the world and the dust radios. Anyway, if you're on the East Coast, you have it pretty easy to work that station. If you're on the West Coast, not so easy. Conditions have to be just great. So what they do is they spread it out. They have people become W1AW, portable 7, portable 6, portable 3, wherever call sign area they're in, and they trade it off. So that everybody has an opportunity to work W1AW. And when you have your time in the center of that, these people should be coming flocking to your door to make the contact of W1AW. And it is a lot of fun.
It is. I had a great time in 2014. I worked it with a friend. We kind of traded off. He did CW, I logged for him. Then I did phone, and he logged for me. And we had a good time. It was relaxed. We did have a pile up, but we worked through it, at our pace. And people don't complain. I want to really make it clear, especially to the new guys, the new operators out there. You don't have to take the calls like a seasoned contest vet. You could go as slow as you need to, take the time, get the call signs right, get them in your log, and then I guess you submit your log to the guy who's in charge, which will be Dawn this time for us.
Mm-hmm. Or you put the log into World of the Log. I'm trying to think what's the ARRL.
Logbook of the World, LOTW.
Anyway, and they sort it out back there. In most contexts, you have to have a two-way connection. In other words, if I work you and you work me, we have to both confirm that through our logs. With this, that is not necessary. If you work me and I work you, you had the contact, but I don't log it. Say I forgot you or my radio or whatever happened. Used in your log here, it still counts for you. This is unusual for a contest.
Nice.
The whole thing is a node. It's a very low-key, if you will, fun contest that allows everybody to participate. I don't care if you're a brand new tech, you've just got a walkie-talkie, or you're a big gun and you got all these antennas and power and all this stuff out there. Everybody gets to play. And it's a lot of fun.
Very, very cool. Great. Hey, Dan, I want to thank you for being on the show and talking about special events and VOTA in particular. Are you going to be working Idaho QSO Party coming up?
Yep, it's coming up here very shortly, and I plan to do that. It's another nice, beautiful contest. It's being handled. In the yesteryears, we've had other people do it, and the more recent years, we've had the club out of Twin Falls take care of that, and they've done a bang-up job with it. They've got a heck of a crew down there, and of course, they get everybody together that's involved with it statewide, and it's a good time for people to work Idaho. And Idaho, believe it or not, most people should. Idaho is not the easiest thing to get. Not like you're sitting in California. They have to work a little bit to work Idaho. And so it's another opportunity to have a lot of fun out there. These are low-key contests. You don't have to be a big DX or a DX being long distance where you're just out there. You got people hardcore going at it, all this kind of stuff. Forget that. Just get on there and have some fun.
So my friends, like I said, if you're new to this, if you don't know really what you can get involved in ham radio, here's a few little ideas. And if you have any interest in working as W1AW in your area, I would get a hold of your section manager for the ARRL. Even if you're not a member, I'm sure there's slots for you that you can get on the air and work W1AW. It's a lot of fun. It builds up so much muscle memory for handling traffic. And that's really kind of where we're at. What we do is this whole thing, this whole ham radio, amateur radio thing is about handling traffic in an emergency, and everything else we do is just practice for that. Hey, I look forward to working you as both W1AW during the week that Idaho's going to be W7 or W1AW/7 will be in Idaho. I think it is the same week as the Idaho QSO party, so the week before the weekend of March 11th. Listen for my voice, because I'll be playing from Studio B with all my power and my antenna. Also, March 11th, don't forget, check in and try to work us W7I. That's where I'll be, is W7I for the Idaho QSO party. Great time to fill in those worked all states and all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got this time. I'm Bob, K6UDA. I'm out of here. 7-3.